Okay, so for this video, we're going to talk about what you call compound events. Okay? So, ang compound events, technically, sila ay mga events na nangyayari na sabay, simultaneous, or basically events that are talking about more than one component. In the previous video, we're only talking about throwing a single dice. Okay? Yung throwing two dice, that's already an example of a compound event. Okay? Kasi dalawang event na yon, dice 1 and dice 2. However, in this case, we're going to talk about different types of compound events. Okay? Kasi po, mga compound events ang nangyayari sa buhay natin na mas madalas. Very rare yung mga single events, di ba? Pagising mo sa umaga, anong unang mong gagawin? Okay? And then what's next? And then what's next? Anong susuot mo? Okay, anong kakainin mo? Ilang kutsara ng kape ilalagay mo sa morning coffee mo? All of those questions have different sample spaces. All of those are different events that we do continuously, okay? Progressively in our everyday lives, okay? So, for our first example, suppose we have a single coin and a single dice, a regular dice, so a six-sided dice. If we throw them in the air, what is the chance of landing on a tail and a 6? Okay? So, napag-usapan na natin ito sa ating sample space. Pag nag-throw tayo ng coin at ng isang six-sided dice, ang number ng sample space natin, ang number of outcomes sa ating sample space ay 12. Diba? Heads and 1, heads and 2, heads and 3, heads 4, H5, H6. Okay? And then, you can get tails 1, T2, T3, T4, T5, T6. So, 6 plus 6, that is 12. Number of outcomes in the sample space ng pag-throw ng isang coin at isang six-sided dice. Okay? So, yun na yung ating capital N. Now, saan event tayo interested? We're interested in landing a tail and a 6. So, T6. So, the question is, ilang T6 yung doon sa event natin? Okay? So, isa lang naman yun. Diba? Kasi magkakaiba na lahat yun, diba? H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, T1, T2, T3, etc., etc. And what we're looking for is T6. So, only 1 out of the 12 yung ating interested. So, consequently, the number, the probability of that event is 1 over 12 or 8.33 repeating percent. Okay? So, the idea here, when we're talking about compound events, the probability of compound events is this. Okay? Pag nagsosolve ka ng compound events, it's simply just the probability of getting a particular probability multiplied by the probability of the other event. Okay? So, para mas makita ninyo, itong 1/2 na ito, okay, this is the probability of getting a tails, di ba? We're interested in tails. That's 1. And we're also interested in landing on a 6. So, ilang event ba? So, pag nag-throw ka ng dice, ilang event yung maglaland ka ng 6? So, only 1 out of 6 of the possible events. Okay? So, dito nakikita nyo yung 1/2, yung event na pagkuha ng tails. Okay? Diba? Kapag nag-toss coin ka, 50-50 lang yan. Heads or tails lang yan. So, 50-50, 1/2. 1 tail over 2 particular sample spaces. And then, getting a 6, 1 over 6. So, 1/2 plus 1 over 6 is 1 over 12. Okay? This is very useful kapag marami ka ng events na pinag-uusapan. And, just to give you a caution, okay? This is useful for all compound events. However, you have to take note that there will be some examples na hindi ka basta-basta maglalagay ng probability. Again, babalik ka sa logic. However, mamaya muna natin pag-usapan yun. Let's talk about example 3.1. Okay? So, ito tatanungin dito. The probability of getting a number greater than 4, the same sample space kanina, so throwing a dice and throwing a coin, and a head. Okay? So, ito yung hinahanap niya. Naghahanap siya ng sa dice, naghahanap siya ng number greater than 4. And sa coin, hinahanap niya yung head. So, I underlined the word here, and. Simply because we're looking for events that satisfy both the conditions. Dapat pareho siyang heads, ay dapat parehong masatisfy ng event na yon yung head and yung number greater than 4. So in this case, ano kaya yung mga event na yon? Okay? Unang-una, kailangan makakuha natin ng heads. Okay, that's 1. And then, sa number greater than 4, kailangan makuha natin yung 5. So, H5, that's already one event. And then, H6. Okay? So, dalawa lang po. 2 out of 12 yung occurrence po nun. So, 2 over 12, lowest term is 1 over 6. So, bakit kaya hindi pwede si T5? Kasi po, pag T5, it means, yes, you are greater than 4. But, you do not satisfy the condition of getting a heads. Okay? Kasi required silang dalawa. So, T5, kahit greater than 4, hindi niya nasasatisfy si heads. So, hindi siya pwedeng bilangin. Okay? Si T6, hindi rin pwede. Kasi, again, hindi siya naka-heads. Sir, bakit hindi pwede si H1? Kasi, nasatisfy niya si heads, pero hindi niya nasatisfy yung number greater than 4. Ano ba required? Required masatisfy yung dalawa. Diba? Magdadala kayo requirements. Magdala ka ng birth certificate at valid ID. Pwede ka bang pumunta sa event kapag pag birth certificate lang yung dala mo? Hindi. Diba? Kasi, ni-require niya yung dalawa. Okay? Pag sinabi niya, ganito ang gagawin mo. Magdala ka ng birth certificate o di naman kaya valid ID. So, pag ganun yung sinabi niya, pwede kayang isa lang idala mo? Yes. Pwede kayang dalawa yung idala mo? Yes. Kasi sabi niya, birth certificate or yung valid ID, which you will actually see here in example number 2. Example 3.2. What is the probability of getting a number greater than 4 or a head? So in this case, kailangan mo lang masatisfy yung at least one of the conditions. So it's either makakuha ka ng heads or makakuha ka ng number greater than 4. Okay? Pag meron ka pong ganitong mga particular case, okay? Kailangan mo tignan lahat ng nakakasatisfy sa condition. Okay? So in this case, kailangan mo hanapin, okay, yung probability. Okay, so going back to the idea. Again, we're looking for a probability of or getting a number greater than 4 or a head. So, tignan muna natin. Ano ba yung mga probability na makakuha ka ng greater than 4? It's only 5 and 6. Okay? So, dalawa lang mula sa 6 yung greater than 4. So, sa dice lang muna ha. Titignan natin siya kasi individually. Okay? And then, the probability of getting a heads is 1/2. Okay? So, kalahati po. Diba? So, again, saan galing yung 1/2? Kasi heads yan. Okay? Pag nag-toss ka ng coin, heads or tail lang, 1 out of 2 possible outcomes. So, that's 1/2. So, gagawin mo dito is ipagpa-plus mo po. Okay? Pag-plus ang probability. So, that is 5 over 6 or 10 out of 12. Okay? Di ba mas madaling hanap? Tignan na natin. Ano kaya yung mga condition na hindi nakakasatisfy sa alinmang isa? Okay? So, of course, alam natin yung mga tails. Hindi pwedeng makasatisfy yan. Okay? Okay. So, again, pag pinag-plus mo po yan, okay? Your answer, pag pinag-plus mo, that's 2 over 6 plus 1/2. That's 5 over 6. Okay? So, the question is, tama kaya? Pag pinag-plus mo lang. Okay? Kasi tama, di ba? Yung 2 over 6, lahat yan ng mga greater than 2. Mga greater than 4. And yung 1/2, lahat yan ng mga heads. Okay? So, since pareho silang tinitingnan mo, pagpaplasin mo lang. Okay? So, sir, bakit plus? Kasi nga, isa lang yung tinitingnan natin. At least one of the conditions. Now, the problem here is, meron mga condition na nabilang mo na sa 2 over 6 at may mga condition na nabilang mo na sa 1/2 na 2 beses mong nabilang. Okay? So, just to give you a more visual representation kung bakit ito ay mali. Okay? Is this. Okay? I-identify natin isa-isa. So, ang sample space na pinaglalaroan natin is H1, getting heads and 1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. Okay? And then T1, T2, T3, T4, and T5, and T6. Okay? So, yun yung sample space na pinaglalaroan natin. So, unang bilangin natin yung mga greater than 4. Ano ba yung mga yon? So, si T5 and si T6. Si H5 at si H6. Okay? So, pag binilang mo yun, 4 na agad. Okay? So, meron ka na agad 4 outcomes. Okay? Now, bibilangin mo naman si heads. Okay? So, si heads, meron ka na agad 4, diba? So, insert ko dito. Meron ka na agad 4 doon. Okay? And then, sa heads naman, okay, that will be H1, H2, H3, H4. Okay? So, 4 na agad yun. Of course, kasama sa H5 and H6. The problem is, nabilang mo na sila kanina. Okay? Pag nabilang mo na sila, isasama mo kaya ulit as new events? The answer is no. Okay? Parehas mo na silang nabilang, hindi na pwedeng bilangin ulit. Okay? So, ang may dadagdag mo lang technically is si H1, H2, H3, and H4 sa heads. Okay? So, that is another 4 na may dadagdag mo mula sa mga probability na manggagaling sa heads na hindi mo pa nabibilang. Okay? So, the actual answer here is 8. The number of outcomes na nakakasatisfy ng at least one of the conditions is 8. And, ilan ulit sila lahat? There are 12 conditions. So, the correct answer here is 2/3 or 66.66 repeating percent. Okay, so hanapin lang natin yan. Okay, so that is 66, 0.66%. Okay, so again, you have to note, okay, note that you cannot count an event twice. Okay, di ba sa set theory din natin, hindi natin binibilang ng 2 beses. Ganon din sa sample space. Okay, ganon din sa probability. Pag nabilang mo na siya doon sa isang, okay, doon sa isang event na interested ka, hindi mo na pwedeng bilangin ulit sa kasunod na event. Okay? So, ito yung problema when we're talking about OR. Okay? So, kailangan mo tignan, baka merong nag-i-intersect. Baka merong nabilang mo na agad sa isang condition, hindi mo na sila pwedeng bilangin ulit sa isang condition. Okay? So, the idea here is this. Okay? Pag magbibilang ka po ng mga OR statements, the probability is equal to yung probability ng unang event plus yung probability ng pangalawang event minus the probability ng mga nabilang mo na. Yung mga probability ng mga event na magkapareho sila. So, A and B. Okay? So, how does that work? Ganito pa. Okay? So, let me edit this. The probability, ano ba hinaan natin? A or, diba? A or B. Okay? So, pag ganito na yung ginamit natin, tingnan natin what happens. So, probability of A or B. So, yung A natin, in this case, sabihin natin yun na lang yung pag-roll ng dice. Okay? So, ang hinahanap natin sa A is the probability of getting 4 doon sa, greater than 4 doon sa dice. So, ilan yun? 5 and 6. So, that is, probability of A is 2/6. Okay? Ayan muna, hindi ko muna yung lowest term para mas madali nyo makita. And the probability ng B, ano ba yung B? getting a heads. Diba? So, ilan ulit yung probability sa heads? That is 1 over 2. Kasi 1 heads mula sa dalawang pamimilian. Okay? So, that is 1/2. And then, kailangan na daw nating i-minus yung probability na A and B. Kasi, nabilang na natin sila. Kailangan nating i-correct iyon. Okay? So, A and B meaning mga events na nakakasatisfy sa parehong condition. Greater than 4 and heads. So, ano po ba yung mga event na yun? Yun na-solve natin kanina sa example 3.1. H4 and H6. So, meron kang 2 over 12. Okay? H4 and H5 and H6. Sila yung mga event na nakakasatisfy sa parehong condition. Okay? Kailangan natin silang i-minus kasi nabilang na natin sila. Okay? So, that is 2 over 12. So, this becomes 1/3 plus 1/2 minus 1 over 6. Okay? Oh, nalilito kayo. Ano pag ganito mga fraction? So, anong gagawin ko? Ganito gagawin ko, di ba? Yung 1/3, pwede ko siyang isulat as 2 over 6. Yung 1/2, pwede ko siyang isulat ng 3 over 6. And then, yung 1 over 6, syempre retain ko yan. Okay? So, ayan. Pare-pareho lang sila ng denominator. Pwede na natin i-minus. So, 2 plus 3, so that's 5. 5 minus 1, that will become 4 over 6. Or basically, yung na-solve na natin kanina, which is 2/3. Okay? So, the probability of an event or is this, 2/3. Always remember, okay? Pag nabilang mo na sa una, okay? Kailangan mo siyang i-minus doon sa pag pinagpa-plus mo para magkaroon ng tinatawag na correction. Okay? So, this is the probability. Lagay na lang natin as and B is included in the formula because it is used to quote correct the number of outcomes due to the repeated counting for each individual event A and B. Kasi nga, again, maaaring nabilang na natin sa A, violation yun. Pag bibilangin ulit natin sa B. So, ginagamit natin yung and para ma-correct natin yung probability na yan. Okay? So, more examples of that to come. Okay? So, yeah, that ends our recording for now. So, break muna kaya.